So, here we are, gamers. Game 3.1, that's match 3, game 1. Because it's a best of 3, every set is a best of 3. We have ActualBeatle230 in red as the Persians on the left, and Wolf of the North in blue as the Japanese on the right. This map is Wolf Hill, which again is not in the map pool for this tournament. It was a little bit of a mix-up in the lobby settings, but we're just going to let it stand. Both players are fine to just roll with it. So, some things that we might see here are, of course, Japanese man-at-arms. We're going to probably see a strong lean into that. Of course, in this tournament set, Japanese made famous by AOE2, mostly, who has played them. Hello? We've got a joiner. We've got a commentator. Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
How you doing, Ravenwolf? Yes, how you doing, Ravenwolf?
I'm doing well, thank you, Tyler. T-Bird, thank you, sir.
Yes, certainly.
I almost forgot about the,
Hey, we're watching your match right now. I hope you're okay with that.
That's fine, totally fine. I am okay with that.
Okay.
Let me click on your stream to watch it from here.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the first game still?
This is the first game. We have just started.
Alright.
And I was just going through. I'm expecting to see a lot of men-at-arms line from the Japanese here. As made famous by AOE2 in years past, 35% of his games played were the Japanese. So, you might see me tab out there to check stats. I don't know, but
well, I can tell you that you might be surprised with the choice I made with.
okay, I'm looking forward to it.
I will
See,
leave it at
I see you have a lot of sheep here ready to go. Or
Yeah.
actually, pigs, which I think might have more food than sheep, actually.
well, I don't think there were any. I mean, there were sheep on the map. I had trouble finding them. Like right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every map, like, they try to spice things up by throwing in different variants. So they're technically called herdables. Most people just call them sheep because that's what the game started with. But they've added more different types over time, like the llamas and the pigs,
Yeah.
and these quail that I'm really looking at over here on ActualBeatle's side. Looks like we're gathering a little far away from the TC, but can't blame him for that. I see a nice, efficient straggler tree chop over here, although it looks like he has enough. And we have action already. Getting those town bells ringing off. We're selecting all villagers and going straight in.
Trying to get a little poke on him. Felt confident enough that I felt confident enough against his opponent that I could try to get some poke down.
Yeah, you know, that it's all mind games in a game like this.
That's right.
If we look at the scouting, we can see pretty efficient here. You've gone straight across the middle of the map. Love to see that.
I figured that's where he'd be just because map positioning just tends to be the case.
And still getting in a couple of pokes. That actually could be pretty effective. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some scout rushing, which is quite a valuable strat in Age 4, especially with certain civs. Although that micro on the far side, okay, you are luring the boar now, so it was just
that's
for that. That's all right.
yeah, that was kind of my objective. I left him there just for that moment.
And we've got a boar lure with one villager for ActualBeatle. Okay, he's okay. I see the strats. I follow you. Maybe would have liked to see this guy run under the TC so that it doesn't die in the middle there, and it's just a little bit of a less efficient gather from that point. But that's all right. Like I was saying, 175 wood now for ActualBeatle. Maybe it's time for a lumber camp. The stragglers are a good stopgap, but when you have enough wood, it's definitely a good idea to drop that. We also have some pigs out here for him. Looks like you picked them up with the scout earlier, but they're just chilling for the time being, just over there, giving him a little bit of info, I guess. So, Persians. Persians' strengths are, one, I believe they start with more resources, or they have a boost at the beginning, which, if you are in a cheesy mood, allows you to go for the Persian douche rush, which is very frowned upon. As you may be able to tell from the name, it's you delete your town center after you gather enough resources to build another town center, and you just build your TC next to your enemy. I think they've patched the game to make that harder, like you can't build it too close or anything. But we're definitely not seeing that from ActualBeatle230 today. He's just hanging out. It's a little late for a rush like that. Looks like Ravenwolf has enough food to click up to feudal at any point here. We'll see when he decides to do that.
I don't remember when I did it or not. I think I just wanted to.
I mean, you've got... Is this 14 pop? Is that what that says? 19, 14, I think. Okay, so 14 pop is a pretty, like, you're going fast castle kind of amount of villagers. Like, you're not going to be booming in the feudal age and attacking the feudal age. If you go for like a scout rush or something like that, you're going to want to go up with like around 19 to 22, depending on your margins. ActualBeatle also just now reaching enough food to go feudal, but doesn't have the required building. So he's going to need to drop a barracks or something else. I guess any other gathering building, right? Like a mining camp. And still putting on that pressure with the scout cavalry. And I think it might be what's leading to all these idle vills over here. He's just feeling the pressure a little bit.
I started to panic when I saw his mill up. I thought, okay, he must be doing well with resources. I guess I just didn't see enough.
Yeah. Absolutely. So there's the feudal for Wolf of the North. We'll see what he chooses to do with that. Definitely, whenever you decide to age up, you want to like know, like, what am I gaining from this age up? What is my immediate return from like investing the resources in this? So we'll see what happens there. ActualBeatle still doesn't have... Okay, there's the mining camp, so he will be allowed to click up soon. I'm still surprised and maybe impressed to see no lumber camp. I'm not sure if he just forgot about those. It's been a year. Also, these farms are very impressive. It's been like a year since he's played, so it could be part of a hidden pocket strategy. You never know. All right, we're moving in with these vills. We're moving a lot of villagers right now. I really want to see where this is going. More farms, not enough wood for any more farms, and I think he realizes this boar is the last food he's going to get. Other than, of course, the pigs over here that are still just hanging out. But, you know, that's alright. I think you play the game at like this zoom level, maybe this zoom level, so they're not exactly on screen all the time. So we're definitely gathering wood in order to make more farms, is my best guess there. Now, on the other side, Wolf of the North with the archery range and 6 archers in queue. The barracks was just in order to age up, it looks like. The archer rush at this level of gameplay is effective no matter what civ you do it with, I think. As long as you are fast enough and as long as you guess which, like, as long as you know, like, the state of your opponent. Yeah, so we'll see if that happens.
And I kind of knew the skill level of my opponent as well, so I did take advantage of that. Thinking back, I definitely still made some micro mistakes in terms of just handling the civs and the build order. Like, I will not be able to get away with that with a more experienced player, so I'm definitely can't rest on my laurels with these sets.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I can say is big fan of the scouting. You've had your scout around their base for like a lot of the game, and you've been just keeping an eye on what's going on. You're seeing where everything is, seeing like what buildings they're making. That's definitely a good move to make. So now we have 3 archers here, and we're waiting for more. ActualBeatle still has actually a pretty significant villager advantage. I'm not sure. I think I can check like TC TC idle time here. Idle TC. Okay, Wolf of the North with a little bit more idle TC time. Which, you know, it depends on your build, but could be something to work on. I wonder if he thought this mill was for gathering wood? Or maybe there was something over here to get with that. I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got action. We've got 5 archers moving across the middle of the map through the wolf-infested central lands. Yeah, Cam is really quiet. Let me,
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. They don't have a particularly good microphone. I'll try to speak closer to what I have.
Okay, thanks for the heads up, Psychers.
Yes, thank you. I'll try to speak louder as well, so...
Okay, we've got the scout giving vision here. I like this. You're moving up with the scout and the archers. And now let's see how ActualBeatle reacts to this. So we're picking off some villagers. Okay. He has made a barracks and we're getting spearmen, the militia upgrade, some militia. Looks like kind of just a panic click there of a bunch of stuff, whatever he's able to build. The spearmen, I can say, will not fare well in this matchup. You're going to want to be building scouts or knights. I know you're just hitting the feudal age, so you're probably not going to have access to knights, or very good knights at any rate. And these spears are garrisoned, or rallied over to the bottom side. Fortunately for ActualBeatle, the archers are just targeting down the barracks, which they're going to take a very long time to take care of. And we have an archery range for red coming down as well.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have. I should have just focused more on poking rather than trying to get the building down.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, he does have a fairly condensed eco. It was very smart to push the wood early on. Or the gold early on like that. It was right out in front of his base, so it's pretty simple to do. In fact, he's mining camped both golds. Not sure what the deal is there. But now moving around to the wood, also definitely the right choice. That's the other weak point that you want to focus on, because you can't really get the wood close to your TC, aside from stragglers. So, red with a lot of idle villagers here. And is just really struggling to cope with this. Made their own archery range. Now, Persian archers are, if I'm not mistaken, quite good. Yeah, mic volume is maxed in Discord, unfortunately.
Sorry.
And we do have archers coming out now. So if he can outmatch, there's only 5, and red does have the reinforcement advantage. And fully upgraded men-at-arms, which will do okay until Wolf of the North goes up to Castle Age and gets crossbow. Like he's soaking up hits. These spearmen definitely not the move though. Back on the other side of the map, we got reinforcements coming through. I love to see this. Interesting that you waited until you had 5 each time before sending them.
I don't know
out.
why. It's a small thing. I'm still not thinking too largely of sending over everything. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
If you look, I'm sitting on a lot of resources and I'm not spending it. That's still a problem I have. Like, I'm sitting on all that
that's
gold
true.
and
You're floating a lot of resources right now. It almost looks like you're trying to go up to Castle Age right now too.
maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure, but
I mean, there's really no competition here with just the... Okay, skirms, another good choice. Maybe if red had gone with skirms to begin with, would have been able to at least wipe out this set of 5. Now I think he's just going rage panic mode and sending all the villagers in. Does he have loom on these? No, loom has not been researched at the TC. So they are just gonna all die, unfortunately.
yeah, that villager rush did scare me. I wasn't that close. I could have played that wrong.
Yeah, you probably would have still won, even if you just stood there. It would have been close. But good micro here, walking back and then attacking them one by one.
Could be that I'm waiting to get to Castle Age. I'm not sure. I don't remember what my thought process was at that point.
Okay, we have Actual Beetle moving back to wood a little bit. He's just unsure what to do. You've got him in a shambles right now. He's a little panicked. Back at home, we're spending our resources. We have gone up to Castle Age for blue.
Yeah,
and that's going to unlock. I mean, very interesting choice with the Japanese. I mean, they are a pretty versatile civ. Their archer line is pretty much fleshed out, so you can do well with their archers.
For me, it was the reason I picked them is I was thinking, because I know the Britons, I had banned the Britons out. I picked the Japanese because a lot of their buildings don't require as much wood. I think it's 25 to 50% off.
So their like buildings are cheaper?
Yeah, their buildings are cheaper, is basically, and that's kind of what I wanted, because I realized I knew I could save some wood, and then I could save some wood on making some of the buildings, and then I would have more resources saved for an archer rush.
Yeah, and this archer rush definitely has been effective. I didn't see the time when the first archers hit the gold, but it was fairly quick. I want to say like 15 minutes in game, something like that. And there's the Castle Age. We'll see if that causes Actual Beetle to call it there. It looks like he has lost everything except for his scout.
It's funny you mentioned that, because he actually did not know how to surrender.
Oh no.
I had to tell when I was like, I didn't. He said I surrender, and I was like, and then I just okay, GG's, and then we sat for another minute or two, and it's like, and I typed in, do you know how to surrender?
Oh no.
He literally didn't know how to surrender.
Oh, there it is. There it is in all caps. He said, "Get me out of this game." I guess it's a little early for this, but I'm surprised to see no move towards the relics. I guess maybe that would have come after this.
Maybe yeah, it might have. I figured I'd had him at that point, so.
Alright, I'm gonna go 8x speed, because you just told me. Do you know how to? No, LMAO. Menu top right should be resign button, and there it goes. Most created units, you hate to see it. Crossbowman versus Spearman. Crossbowman gonna win every time, even with fewer numbers. Alright, that APM cam, you're really moving here.
APM?
53 game effective average, I think.
What is APM for the... Could you explain to me what APM is? I actually don't have any idea.
Oh, okay. So that's actions per minute.
Oh. So that means I was doing...
It kind of depends on how the program decides to capture stuff. Like sometimes some people just have like higher... It's just interesting to note you're like one of the higher actions per minutes that we've seen in the first few games.
Oh, cool. All right.
So...
I'm
Take
good
a look
at
at the score. Yeah, you're really doing a lot right now, at least.
Yeah, but thinking back, there's definitely things I cannot do with my next few games.